How long ago did he move to that apartment in Atlanta?
Just recently.
And how excited was he to be
Oh,
living
he was
alone?
extremely excited. It required a little some supervision, some motherly checks and friends checks and phone calls that I I'm sorry. Phone calls that I can't do anymore. I told him that I came over to Nygil's apartment. He appeared to be delusional and he wasn't in his right frame of mind. He was talking to himself. His voice was raspy as if he had a different personality going on. Like he was, like it was a spirit on him. That's how he was talking, right? He was naked. And when I initially knocked on the door, he banged on the bottom of the door, which means he was laying on the floor. So when he came out, his eyes was extremely big. And I know my son. So I knew that he wasn't in his right frame of mind. Not even just that. It was text messages that he sent out to family members in reference to struggling with two different voices in his head. So I knew that he needed to be admitted. I literally went, called, waited even when he left, and I ran him around the corner trying to get him back. Went back to his place and sat in the lobby till 10:30, not knowing that my child was already dead. My spirit would not let me leave.
When you hear what the police is saying, what the GBI and the Atlanta Police Department are saying, is there anything that you say that's not my son? Because they do honestly claim that he had a gun.
I can't speak on that because I don't know the details. But once we find out the details, I'll be willing to speak on that at that time.
And if the police officers are not aware of mental illness or if they're not able to recognize it, they're not going to know whether or not.
And I think
what's the difference,
right? And I think what we're trying to communicate here. Look at where it started. Who went wrong? Where did it fall? If prevention and assistance when a mother was calling out for help and doing what she was supposed to do by calling 911, that's where it started. Let's keep the attention on where it started because my child will still be here. I'm not making excuses of what happened outside of him leaving my presence. I'm showing the beginning and how critical that is. And if that you don't focus on that, and you just focusing on, okay, this is it. No. We'll never solve the problem. Not excluding what happened. I can't tell you what happened. I wasn't there. I don't have enough information, so I can't discuss that at this time. But what I do know, if you want to talk to me, I'm going to tell you true facts because I was there. I just feel for those mothers and fathers and families that they don't have the education or maybe not even the knowledge to understand, okay, these are some triggers. This is what my child is saying and doing. Do you know how many countless mothers and fathers and families are out there just recently? Same situation, but the individuals are in a black body bag. But guess what? I feel like I wasn't done right. Again, not in reference to law enforcement. I'm talking about policies, procedures, and prevention, mental health help. Because I called out. As a professional and as a mother, I had Nygil when I was 16 years old. And I'm a doctor and all of these things I've accomplished in life because Nygil was my motivation. I would tell him that all the time. When he talk about his business, I'd be like, oh yeah, Nygil, you can do that. You can do this. You know why? Because it's him, firstborn, that was stolen. He was the one that kept me encouraged. He was the one when I looked at my little angel, I call him my little prophet too, because boy, that boy knew some stuff. I don't know where it came from. He was just so spiritual. But because of him, very protective over me. But because of him, of course my other kids play factors too, but I'm saying initially, he was the one that I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want to be a teen mother. I didn't want to live off the system. Now, don't get me wrong. None of that is wrong if you have to do what you have to do until you don't have to do it no more. But because of Nygil, I made it my business to do what I needed to do so that he can live the life and do what he can do to be a great, young, Black, African American, handsome young man